Was I lied to? This tutorial I've seen 3 separate times. The first one I sent to myself 2 weeks ago, which I guess is not that long ago, but it's been on my mind. That's the reason I thrifted this and this. The original video that I saw used a striped t-shirt to make the short. Maybe all of them use stripes, so I got stripes. I think it was a psyop. That's what Big Stripe wants. That's what Big Stripe implanted in my brain. So the first step that everyone does is cut it at the pits. I want my waistband to be maximum length, especially after making these. I want to make sure that I have ample waistband, and if anything, ideally I want it to be able to roll down to the crotch area, like this super fat roll. So for that reason, I'm not gonna cut straight across at the pits. I'm gonna cut out the short shapes from the bottom of this for the waistband. I'm gonna cut all the way up the sleeve. Let's see if I can pull it off. I'm realizing that the V of the V-neck is actually obviously gonna be as far up as I can go. And all of a sudden, it's looking a little bit short. I'm still gonna cut, instead of at the pit, at the V-neck. Kind of sad, actually. Like, I just threw on this shirt earlier and I was surprised at how comfy it was. There's something very, very comfortable about the open neck of a V-neck. So maybe I should reconsider it. Or maybe I should just be wearing more wide neck in general. This is also a little bit more like stretchy than a t-shirt. Maybe it's not. It's all an illusion, okay? So what's pissing me off is that everybody magically knows how long the shorts have to be, or they have a reference short. I really don't. These are Brandy shorts, which are extremely different fit to what I'm going for. But that's kind of all that's all I have. That's all I have. That's literally all I have. What? I'll mark it with this scrap of fabric, which leaves this much room for the waistband. Okay, this is stupid. I just have to do it. I'm worried that these little things are gonna make the shorts look stupid, but we'll see. I'm just gonna cut here, go up to like here. And then I guess you just give it a little bit of a crotch trim like that. Should it be more? Should it be less? Nobody cared. Nobody cared to let me know. So that's what we have. How big will they go? They'll go up until here. Oh, brother. Yeah, they look pretty short. That is what the tutorial said to do. And then we're gonna cut this center part. And then we have 2 pieces like this, which we will then sew. Now we've got them lined up to sew the... Don't say crotch again. The crotch connecting part, the U shape, that's what the tutorials do next. Onto the back. These are the front seams, and now we go along this to create the leg part of the crotch, which definitely absolutely doesn't line up, and I don't know why not. So we're just gonna make it work as much as possible. So actually the issue is that these are not sewn together correctly. So everything that I did, I have to redo. So now I hate my leg. Should I just leave one seam inside out and have that be like my thing? I'm just gonna put on a YouTube video and rip it.
7 hours later.
I genuinely don't know how that happened. I guess I'm tired, but it's done. It took 13 minutes. So we're just gonna redo what we had to undo. We're back on track. I'm sewing the center part. Now they're kind of shortsy. See? So now is hopefully the point where everything I was talking about with the waistband makes sense. We need the waistband to be more narrow than the shorts. So actually we can go further than this sleeve. We can go all the way here to the armpit, and that's how we'll get our double XL waistband. So now we have our waistband. I'm gonna have to close up these sides. Sewing up the sides. Loki, this might be pretty tight. We just gotta run with it. We put this right side out and connect to this. Okay. Time to try them on. I don't know why I thought that would be fast. Probably because the videos are like this. But it wasn't. Let's see. Can someone tell me why the waistbands inside out? I literally double, triple check this. And they're awkward because the fabric was longer. Can you tell the inside, like this is longer? There's like a flap. So we're just gonna cut it because it's a mess already. I mean, that's slightly less awkward. But I mean, I'll probably only be wearing these as pajamas to the beach. So we'll just say this is like a design feature. So I'm gonna have a snack and go to bed. Good night. So breaking news, guys. These shorts are a lie. They're so saggy. At the beginning of wearing, they were tight, right? After wearing them a little bit, sag nation. Can I fix this? I think I'm just gonna cheat. Sew up the sides all the way. Really, what do I have to lose? Because they're not. I look like diaper. Saggy crotch diaper. So, was I lied to? So I completely guessed. I can barely get them on now, but I'll probably continue to stretch out a wee bit. And they look a lot better. Here's what they look like right side out now. The fold over looks extremely stupid, and it's tight enough to give me a muffin top now. But maybe they're just high-waisted. Maybe this will be cute. I accept. I'm gonna close the chapter on these. If I have an update, I'll update. We're not giving up, team. Fuck it, it's time for redemption. I washed the shorts, and this is what they look like now. Are we for real? They look so small. I'm afraid to even try and put them on. But I have to put them on so that I know if I should make my redemption shorts the same size. Well, they fit and they're tight, but as we know, not for long. But it's a good reference. Better than having no reference. I have one prototype. So let's get cracking. The second shirt I got is actually way bigger than the first. I'll just have more to work with, which is invaluable. And little shout out to the Blues Clues looking stripe. Stretchy H&M. What kind of guy would wear this? Okay, it's gonna be so much cuter as shorts. You're welcome. I'm going to do an actual like pattern pieces where the butt is different from the front, because then it'll all fit better and work nicer. I'm gonna cut up this entire seam of the shirt so I can lay it out and have one big piece of fabric. It's dealing with these fold over and matching sides, piece by piece. I'm dizzy from standing up. Oh my god, it's so hot. Now I'm going to do something ludicrous and unheard of. Make a pattern on paper. This is gonna be the front side, and I knew from doing this one that I want this seam to be higher. I need more room. So I made that adjustment and left seam allowance. Now I traced my front pattern piece and extended it a tiny bit here and more in the crotch, so I have more room for the badonkadonk. Now I have pattern pieces. I don't know, am I perfect? Okay, shut up. Now we have all 4 pieces traced, and I'm gonna hold off on the waistband until I put this together. So now we cut out. All cut out, so now we put our 2 front pieces right sides together, and we sew first along this front seam of the pant. And I will be pinning because I'm actually trying. And if I fail while I'm actually trying, then we'll just leave that for later. No, I don't know if this is good, but I think it looks pretty good. Nice and tidy. This is your mid-video reminder to subscribe. Now back to the sewing. I love the way she glows. I guess I'm Miss Perfect tonight because I have matching thread, so I'm gonna use it. I got these 2 light blues. I don't know if you can tell, but I really think this is a better match for the blue, but this one kind of marries both of them. I think I'm gonna go with this one just because I have more of it too. All sewed up. Moving on to the back. All done. I will admit it is ridiculously easier to sew with pins and with the seam allowance. So I'll be putting that one in my heart and in my head for later. So now we have a back piece and a front piece. And next step is to sew the crotches. We will connect them here. Quick shout out to my girl Solana. This is what I was cross-referencing the most to get this done. So now up the side where those are, and we're gonna pin. Don't worry.
You didn't know they had SpongeBob in the 1900s.
Okay, my boyfriend just called me old. Here is the side, the first side pinned very neatly and perfectly, just like me. Why are you laying like this?
It's good for your back.
Oh my god, chiropractors everywhere rubbing their hands together. Second side is soon. Shorts. We're gonna do a try on before we cut the seam allowance off. I would say they fit better than the first ones I did, but the back, saggy. I don't understand. Maybe they're on backwards. I should have marked which one was which. But I genuinely can't tell which is the front and which is the back, which is really disappointing because I tried to make it fit, right? Regardless, it's already like gapping and feeling loose around the waist. So I can either take it in on the sides, or I think it might be easiest to take in the front. Spoiler alert, I did all three. So this is me lining up on my sewing machine, using where that says 2 to give me a guide of where to go. And I'm going like halfway-ish down, meeting at that angle almost like a dart. This is what it looked like after I took in the sides, and it still wasn't enough for me. So I decided I needed to take in the front too. And this is the inside out try on after all 3 alterations. Folding like the front pattern piece so I can get the length. So after marking here, we flip it over and mark here, and now we have the whole length of it. We're making our waistband as big as possible. So we're going from this line up to here, and then we'll cut across here. I'm gonna put a pin in it so I remember this is the front. This is me doing the same thing, but using the back side of the shorts, and I'm using the first waistband piece to measure the length. I want to be lazy and just finish and not pin, but we're doing things the right way, so waistband try on. I think because of the double layer, it like retains its shape a lot better. No, I think we're good. This is the most complex part for my brain because I want this hem held inside the waistband, and the waistband also having no visible like raw edge. I can't find the right thing on YouTube, so I'm doing all the calculations in my head, and I think I have it right. The shorts are right side out. The waistband's right side out. So once we sew this, we'll flip the waistband out, and then it'll be wrong side out. You're like, what? But actually we're folding it in half. So once we fold it in half, then again, it'll be right side out, and then we're gonna be able to flip the raw edge under and top stitch. Understood? Understood. Let's pin. It's pinned. It looks like a saw trap. Let's sew. The first waistband stitch is sewn. So now we take our waistband out. She's long. Fold it in half. And now we're gonna be able to pin here, fold the raw edge in, and top stitch it to the shorts, and then we will be done. I thought pinning that was gonna be an absolute bitch, and it was just a little bit of a bitch. So let's go finish it for good. So as close as possible to this fold. We made it. Should we try them on? We should try them on. Whoa, the waistband is large. And we fold down. So boom. Oh my god, I should have trimmed off the excess inside. They're definitely better than the first ones. I am really happy with how this like waistband feels. The double line makes a huge difference. Don't mind me, I'm flexing because because I'm showing my stomach. But I'm gonna do a wear test, wear them for a while, and see if they stretch out too much. That is our final. Did I eat? Did I eat? Surprise! I made a matching scrunchie. Alright, let's do like a reveal. Okay, this is me kind of trend debating. I don't really have a big old belt, but this is like chain belt that I inherited from my mom's friend, thanks Julie. The biggest sunglasses I have, a bag with metal details, and my Chloe flats. Like I said, this is trend baiting. I don't really think I would wear this, but it's kind of the vibe that you see online of how to style shorts like this. Whereas in reality, they will be worn to the beach, worn with a large shirt. Now let's try that on. Let's try the large shirt, okay? Well, here's my trendy fit. I just cut this shirt, and it is the perfect lived-in fabric. Like, I honestly can't believe I found it. And how cute is this? It says, whoever smiles first wins. So, like, a positive message for your day. Hello. Whoever smiles first wins. Like, oh, I already won. I feel like that's giving purge or smile. I never saw smile, but the draping on this is unreal. Actually unreal. A little tuck into the shorts. No more belt. Or cash. Do we like the flats? Like, what else would we wear with it? Not too sure. Honestly, I'm not like obsessed, but I also feel like this is a very cute cash look. And by the way, I sewed the whole scrunchie. I've been sitting down, walking around in the shorts. have not become a saggy mess. So I think that passes the test. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. We learned so much. We learned to account for the badonkadonk, we learned to pin, and we learned to have enough fabric, or just don't care and end up with something mid. That's totally fine too. Thanks again, guys. I'll just put in a little picture of my patterns in case that's helpful and you want to see it. Please subscribe and see you next time. Later.